Welcome to Police Test Tutor. In this video, I'm going to go over a brief overview of the package that we have for the OACP Certificate Sigma Survey for Police Officers Preparation Package. Okay, so it's Amy Watt here, and before I get into talking about what our practice material looks like for the Sigma, I want to talk a little bit about aptitude tests because you probably thought your test taking days were over when you left school. And recent research shows that about 76% of organizations with more than 100 employees rely on assessment tools such as aptitude and personality tests for external hiring. And experts say that that figure is expected to climb to 88% over the next few years. And we're not just talking about screening for junior recruits. The more senior the role, the more likely the employer is to use assessments to identify candidates with the right traits and abilities. Okay, so next I'm going to go over how you can get better at taking these tests so that they're opportunities to shine rather than stumbling blocks in your career. There is a way, and I'm here to help. First, I'm going to start by telling you that there's really no easy way to game well-designed tools. It would take time and effort for you to generate tests, but if you've generated your own test, how can you practice? So at Police Test Tutor, we've made it easy for you to practice. We've put together some tutoring modules and full-length practice tests because if you're an informed test taker, you'll be more likely to showcase your best self. Organizations take these tests seriously, so you should too. This is certainly not the time to go in blind and wing it. You really need to prepare so that you can be successful and there's no surprises. If you look at the history of pre-hire assessments, you will discover that they have been around at least since the Han Dynasty in the 3rd century. Chinese imperial leaders used them to gauge knowledge, intellect, and moral integrity when selecting civil servants. Modern personality and intelligence tests were introduced in the United States and Europe during World War I to aid in military selection, and after World War II, companies started adopting them to screen applicants. Today, employers like assessments because they greatly reduce the time and cost of recruiting and hiring. Tests also prevent interviewers from accepting or rejecting candidates on the basis of conscious or unconscious biases. And today, tests can be given remotely and scored electronically, which widens the pool of candidates. And now that the OACP is offering a remote testing, it allows for more inclusiveness. With this brief history and explanation on aptitude tests, I hope that it allows you to appreciate why the tests are here and the importance of them. Next, I'm going to go over the importance of practicing so that you can learn. Just as sample questions and prep courses help students raise their scores on college entry exams such as the SAT, assessment practice can give you an edge. Research estimates that up to half of employment candidates engage in some sort of preparation, and for good reason. It's not uncommon for people to increase their aptitude test scores by about 20% through practice. The practice material in Police Test Tutor has been strategically designed so that you can learn. You will find that your test scores will go up, you will increase your vocabulary, your spelling, and all the skills that you need to be successful on this test. And in all of this, we can't forget about test anxiety. A review of 50 scientific studies with more than 130,000 participants shows that practice boosts performance on pretty much any kind of test. Practicing and preparing for any kind of test will boost performance and help you for three reasons. And number one, practicing can decrease anxiety. As you'd imagine, the more trial runs you've had, the more confident and calm you'll be when taking a high stakes test because the various formats and questions, as well as the entire experience, will seem familiar. Second, practice makes proven test taking strategies such as skipping and revisiting difficult questions come more naturally when the pressure is on. And third, repeated test taking can help you develop the very qualities that employers measure. Neuroscientific evidence suggests that brain training programs, such as skill based video games, can enhance your focus and your ability to detect patterns. Police officers are frequently required to write incident reports. Section A contains questions that assess important skills in writing these reports, such as spelling, vocabulary, grammar, and punctuation. Okay, so enough about all that. I know you want to see what the tests look like. So moving forward, the next screen, I'm going to jump right in, introduce myself, and show you what our practice material looks like. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Police Test Tutor. My name is Amy Watt, and I'm going to do a walkthrough to explain and show to you what our OACP certificate entails. All right, so we've got in total 16 modules to help you prepare. And part A of the test is spelling, punctuation, and grammar. So we have some tutoring modules on each one of those topics, as well as some mini practice tests, and then some full length practice tests. Currently, right now, as of January 2nd, there are 7 full length practice tests. However, check back often because we're constantly updating this, okay? We also have some tutoring and full-length practice tests related to Section B, which is the map reading, and then the full-length practice tests that have to do with the police problem solving and the map reading. All right, even though there's not math, a lot of customers, when I removed the math, they actually emailed and wanted the math added back in just to practice brushing up on their math skills. So I have left that in for them. All right. Okay, so I'm logged in as though I'm a customer into the Police Test Tutor website, and I'm going to show you an example of what our practice OACP Sigma test looks like. Okay, so I'm going to go to the full length test. And as you can see right now, as of January 2nd, we have 7 full length practice tests, but there's more to come. We are constantly updating, so always check back and see what we have. All right, so I'm just going to click on practice test number 7. Okay, as you can see, there are 44 questions related to spelling, vocabulary, punctuation, and grammar. Question 1 says, your task is to decide which one of the 4 sentences is written correctly. So you would read over A, B, C, and D and determine which one is correct and then submit your answer. Okay, moving on to a spelling type question. If you think that the below word, meaning this word right here, is spelled correctly, select yes. If you think that it is misspelled, select no. And that brings me to the end. I hope that you found this helpful. Your success is my priority, and I would greatly appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I will continue to post more videos.